like, hit that subscribe. Let's talk some Eagles, baby.
Let's go. This ain't the fuck like Austin Stinker, he stinks.
Oh shit!
It's gone.
Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
Welcome in, everybody. This is Monday Morning Quarterback only on A2D Radio. Every Monday, we are brought to you by FanUp, and FanUp is the best way to enjoy fantasy sports, daily NFL contests, and more. Win great prizes. Sign up today. Use promo code A2D for 5,000 bonus points. That's a $50 value. FanUp.app, right on the Apple Store. Go check them out. Download the app. Do it. You can challenge me in contests. You can challenge Ryan. You can challenge Ralphie. You can challenge anybody that has the app, the contest, and win some money. Listen, it's the best. It's the best. No salary caps. I'll continue to say it. Makes it easy. It's easier for the people that aren't the big timers. Because like you get on some of these big apps, right? These bigger apps, and you got people putting 50 contests in. Right? They got no problem putting 50 contests in. And this, it's built for us too. Just like we say, A2D's built for us. It's built for us. So go download FanUp and enjoy fantasy sports the way it's meant to be. Just made that up. Ryan Brodo. I'm Tom Arnone. Family, welcome in. We got a lot to talk about, and we got more jerseys to give away. Member wheel, free jersey giveaway at the end of the show. We also got 2 going out, the winners from the last 2 weeks. And this will be the third one. So we'll have another. We're going to go Jalen Hurts again. It's going to be Jalen Hurts again. Ride the hot hand, baby. NFL winners and losers, we do it every Monday. We'll go through it. That could either be players, teams, coaches, whoever you want, fam. You let us know. Playoffs. Here we are. We yelled and screamed about it Monday. You got to win 2 in a row. You got to at least win a game at home before we can have the conversation. Well, here we are. We're going to have the conversation now. And we're going to dive into it. What's it going to take to get there? Eagles, Week 11 reactions, our main topic at hand. Playoffs, Week 11, going on to Week 12, right? All tie into our poll question tonight, which is brought to you by Manscaped. You can get 20% off and free shipping with the code A2D at manscaped.com. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped. Use that promo code. Enjoy yourself. Take care of yourself this holiday season. Our poll, the Eagles will go 5-1 in the remaining 6 games to reach the playoffs. Agree or disagree? Let us know. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. That's where we're live. Everywhere you get your podcasts, we're there as well. Hit the like, hit the I can't talk. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, follow, share, comment, do anything you can do on whatever platform you're on, and join us and let us know. We're talking about a 5-1 little stretch here, which would really be 8-2. Would that be 8-2 then in that stretch?
No. 7-2?
No.
Maybe 8-2. Yeah.
Because you count Detroit, win.
Oh yeah.
Loss to the Chargers, right? Win, and then 5-1.
Man, look how far we've come.
I mean, you talk about that. So then you're talking about playing your best football your last 10 games going into the playoffs. Everybody around this city would say we're beating whoever we're playing in round 1. If we went on this kind of stretch.
Oh, we're the hottest team in football. We're the hottest team in football.
Yeah, you're 7-1 in your last 8 then. You just want to look at it that way. 7-1 in your last 8. That means the whole identity conversation, or just say the toughness, right? On how you go about your business, all right, and who you are as a football team. Everybody knows it then at that point. Like that means they stayed they stayed the course. They continue to do the things that they've been doing these last 4 weeks that have been successful, right? To be able to go on this. Listen, I'm going to agree because it gets me to my number, right? So I'll agree for agenda reasons only and say 5-1. Do I really more realistically see a 4-2? Yeah, because we were talking about before we came on. Like I think them 2 Washington games are tough football games. I don't care what anybody says. I think they're tough football games, and I don't even think Washington's that good. I just think they're tough, right? The Giants, I think they can be tough football games too. I don't think they're easy, like give me wins, right? I know. Like you listen, we're running the football like it's nobody's business. 2 weeks in a row now against top 5 rush defenses, and this past week against the best rush defense in football. I get it, but I just feel like there's always that week somebody's going to step up though on the other side and say we're going to take this away, right? We're going to stop this, okay? And that's where I could see more to 4-2. But for agenda reasons, sure, I'm gonna go 5-1. What they should do, yes, they should be 5-1. Okay, they should be, because there's really no excuse for it, because you found the winning formula, right, and what you have coming up, there's no out, right? Anything that mattered before, right? No matter what we thought about after that Las Vegas game, no matter what we thought when we were talking about top 5 pick, etc., no matter what we thought before that, right, matters right now, right? Because now your expectations have just shifted as a fan base. And the fan base expectations went from being, top 5, top 10 pick to saying, wait, we have a chance to make the playoffs, and our remaining schedule, I don't want to call it easy because it's the NFL, but on paper, it's easier than others. So you should. It's almost like the Phillies. It's a carbon copy of the Phillies on what you have. All right? But what you've shown you can do over these last 4 weeks, I love. I mean, listen, I'm not a big run the football guy, like love running the football. But if you're going to have like an identity like this, where you're tough, you're physical, you beat people up front, like, it makes you like that style, right? It makes you like it. It makes you enjoy it. Going in the week saying, we're going to impose our will on somebody. So listen, I don't know if they're going to continue that. I don't know if they're going to be stupid. Right? I don't know if they're going to think they're the smartest people in the room and go back to doing some things that we know aren't going to be successful because of maybe who they're playing, etc. We do have some injuries that are concerning. When you talk about Jordan Howard missing some time now, when you talk about Davion Taylor on the IR, I can't just run from these guys. We're not deep enough or good enough to be, be having those types of like, it doesn't matter, next guy up. Like, no, that's not where we're at. Now Alex Singleton has to play a lot, which I'm not a fan of, right? So then you run into that problem. But with all that being said, I still think they find a way to win games because they're hot right now. And they're playing their best football this time of year. And usually teams that are playing their best football this time of year usually stay with it and they have that success. And that success could easily be 4-2 and not 5-1.
Oh, yeah.
But I'll say for argument's sake and agenda's sake that let's say 5-1. And going off of maybe that Cowboys game of them playing nobody, right? And that's where I'm getting the 5-1, where they really cough up maybe a Washington game, a Giants game, hopefully not the Jets game.
Oh God, could you imagine? Tom, we talked about this prior to when we came on. You and I are right on the same track, but like we always talk about like no agenda radio. Well, for agenda's sake, you're going to agree because it puts you right on projection for what you had before the year. You had them around a 10-win football team. Well, 5-1 gets you to that point. I had them around a 9-win football team. Well, 4-2 gets me to that point. So I'll disagree. I'll semantic everybody to death, and I'll just say disagree because I don't see them going 5-1, to be honest, even though I'll bring up the numbers. It's, we have a bunch of numbers people that like to bring up stuff that like the numbers say that we should continue on this train and really not just win games, but dominate games going forward. If we continue going with the same strengths on offense, strengths on defense, playing aggressive, turning the football over, running the football, Jalen Hurts doing what he does, obviously, which has been obviously good enough, but not he doesn't need to carry the team, but he's being good enough. He's obviously a threat running the football, all that stuff. But either way, whether they go 4-2 or 5-1, that gets them to a winning record, which, to your point, Tom, first off, the days after, the days before, during, and after that Raiders week feels like it was like 20 years ago. Because it honestly feels like it's like a BC and then AD type thing to where, like, before the Raiders, this football team wasn't competitive at times. They didn't know what they were at all times. We didn't know what any of these players were. Once that kind of came through and we embarrassed ourselves in Las Vegas, something happened to this football team. I don't know if it was, okay, it got so bad to where people needed to start looking at themselves in the mirror, or you found something that worked against the Lions, which, on paper we could say, oh, it's easy to do. The Lions are the worst football team in the NFL. But ever since that Raiders-Lions kind of combination week, that 7-day span, we lit a fire in this team, starting with the players, the quarterback, the defense, and even this coaching staff. And like somebody asked me yesterday, and I thought it was a great question. They said, Ryan, do you think that if we played the Saints, currently constructed, but if it was in week 3, do you think we win that football game? And I said, no. I said, I don't think we win that football game if this is early in the season, because I think it could have easily have been a situation where Nick Sirianni tries to outthink the room and think, oh, well, we're going up against the number 1 rush defense, therefore we need to throw the ball 40, 50 times. They didn't do that yesterday. In fact, they went strength against strength, and clearly we know who won, which strength won, and that was our rushing ability. We flat out dominated them. And that started with the offensive line, which I think is special. And I don't like when people like just throw around the word special or genius or elite, like all that stuff. Like, I think those words get overused too much. But this offensive line is special with what they're trying to do. And I will remind everybody, we're playing without Brandon Brooks right now. We're playing with Jack Driscoll. Lane Johnson's been obviously out for a little while. Jordan Mailata's been banged up. Siamalu's out. Jason Kelsey, everyone's saying, oh, this is the last year. They are dominating defenses. And you're seeing that capitalize not only with the protection of Hurts, the projection, obviously protection of the rushing attack. And it's going to hurt, obviously, not having Jordan Howard for the next couple of weeks. But I just look at growth, right? Because that's at the end of the day not what we asked for, because we asked for the teams to win football games, whether we think it's going to be a bad season or a good season. But we just ask for every week, okay, let the football team get better. The players have, the quarterback has, and the coaching staff has. I mean, Jesus. I mean, how many times did we see Jonathan Gannon play aggressive yesterday, Tom? Nick Sirianni's actually helping his players and putting them in positions to succeed. We didn't see any glimpses of that 5 weeks ago. So I think when you look at all of those things, and obviously momentum, which is the biggest needle mover in sports, I think this is going to be a really fun next 6 weeks. And I'm not saying 6-0. I saw Marquise in the comments said, oh, if they're healthy, 6-0. Is that outlandish? No, but I'm not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to set myself up for that, nor is Tom, but you're okay for thinking that. But I think if they continue to handle their business the way they are, they stay healthy, I think we're going to be looking at a winning record at least, and we're going to be absolutely in the playoff picture come that week 18 matchup against the Cowboys. And I think that's all we can ask for. We could ask for that before the year. That's what we could ask for when it looked like we were going to fire everybody mid-season. Meaningful football in December. That's all I wanted last season, and that's all I wanted this season, and it looks like we're going to get it.
Maybe. Yeah. I mean, we hope. Could change real quick. Meaningless could get ugly, Sunday. And when I even have that. So it's like I'm saying 5-1 and I know you're saying like 4-2 and everybody out there, listen, I get it. I just want to continue to be like, yeah, like, listen, I love where your guys' heads are, but I just want to be like a little realistic. The NFL is a weird sport. Like, it's just weird. So like, I just don't want us to get too ahead of ourselves. Like, we're world beaters and everybody we're playing is shit. When it's like, okay, yeah, we played really well the last 4 weeks. Okay, absolutely, right? Because we've been running the football and all that. I just want to keep. You just need to see it again, right? Like, you always need to see. Okay, are we going to go to New York? Are we going to have a letdown, or are we going to go to New York ready to play? Right, because this is also part of like, does your coaching staff have you ready to play week in, week out this time of year? And listen, the good teams usually are playing good football right now. So I'm not going to take away anything that I've watched the last 4 weeks. Have we dominated up front? Absolutely, we absolutely have. I expect that to continue. I'm just scared that somebody's going to get involved, right? And they're going to want to throw the football a million times. Like I feel it coming. I feel that week coming. I don't know when it's coming, but I feel the week of 40 attempts coming. Because listen, if your defense doesn't get it done though, and you go down early, it changes everything too. So this is a perfect marriage of what success has been over the last 4 weeks, right? But that can change on a dime if your defense doesn't live up to their end of the bargain, like they've had to.
Well, the formula has been, I mean, I'll just put yesterday's game perfectly. And last week against the Broncos, we saw it. But the two facets that we dominated in, time of possession and turnovers. And Jesus, when's the last time we saw that? It's been a minute. You know what I'm saying? Where we dominated time of possession and we forced turnovers and we won the turnover battle. Like, when you have that time, and this by no means, so everybody in the comments, calm the hell down, because I can already hear the typing. This is by no means a shot at Jalen Hurts, because he's been very good the last handful of weeks. But when you dominate as far as time possession and turnover battle, you can win with a limited quarterback. Well, you can win with a quarterback that only throws it, 18, 19, 20 times.
We're running like a college run offense, right? I mean, and everybody knows the quarterback can keep it. So, when you call the offense line special, I'll pump you a little bit. I'll say they're playing at a high level, right? But I can't, it's hard to special it when you have to factor in that it's not like, for instance, it's not Joe Flacco handing the ball off, right? Where it's like, oh man, they're just crushing guys, which they are. Don't get me wrong, but you got to remember something. Everybody's got to play into the quarterback's ability to run the football too, right? That all plays into it. So I can't take when I know that. Then they've been doing. Listen, they've been doing an extremely good job. So I'm not downplaying what they've done. I'm not going to go like. I'm not going to go to the next level with it. Can they block like this? If you're talking about I formation, like, right, and you got a quarterback who can't move, I don't have that answer, right? But what answer I do have is they're doing it at an extremely high level with this type of system, right?
Yep.
So it means whenever they're playing to their guy's strength and they're getting help that everybody knows that the quarterback can keep it and rush for an average of 50 yards a game off of you. Right. So now what does that do? I mean, Miles said this earlier. I mean, it creates openings, right? It creates big holes because the ends got to respect it. Linebackers have to respect it. So we talk about it all the time, right? When I came up with 10 wins and people were telling me I'm crazy, and I am crazy because I always say it every year. But in terms of this year, there was a formula that I said had to be done, right? Yeah. And I was like, they had to be top 5 in running the football for this conversation to be had at the end of the year. It's the only way. That was the only way that this was even serviceable and a conversation we could have, right? Because of the skill set of your quarterback. Because you should get big explosive plays, right? Well, yeah. Guess what you're getting? Guess what we're watching? Can this continue and continue and continue? Why not? That's why I'll say 5-1. Why not? Because right now there's nothing there's nothing that tells me otherwise. Right.
Well, the biggest criticism, not from us, but just nationally, or even the people that still want to doubt, and that's fine, are you haven't played any good quarterbacks. Okay,
well, that's a legitimate conversation.
Yes, completely understand that. But in the conversation, again, we're not talking about this is going to be a Super Bowl team or this is not going to be a playoff run team. We're talking strictly, can they over
Hold on 1 second. Heineke, Jones, Dak, and forget who's playing for Giants.
Wilson or Flacco. Nobody jumps out and says
nobody jumps out, but they're better than what you've. I'll make this argument. They're better than what you've played. They're better than Trevor Siemian, who stinks.
Yes.
Okay, they're better than Teddy Bridgewater, who's stealing paychecks. Okay, they're better. They're better than some of these guys. They're better than Sam Darnold. Like they just are. And that's not crowning them. I'm just telling you, they're like if these guys are here, they're like
Yeah.
Right? So it's marginal, very marginal, but in my opinion, better. You're playing, I want to say better defenses because these defenses are extremely good that you played. But you're playing, to me, a little bit better quarterbacks, better offenses that have more firepower, per se. Just talking about Washington, for the Jets, too. I mean, the Washington Jets, and maybe not the Jets because who they have playing quarterback, but the other two have, in my opinion, a little bit more stuff around it too than the Saints team you just played. Yeah,
Washington, again, assuming these guys are going to be healthy at the time, Washington's got McLaurin and Gibson, two very good players. And I'm sure I'm missing out a couple people. I'm sure the Washington fans can correct me on that. And then the Giants, you've got a bunch of weapons there. Now, their issue's been, okay, they have a bunch of weapons, but they haven't been there. You know what I'm saying? Like Saquon, Kadarius Toney, Galladay, Slayton, Shepard, Ingram, like all those guys. You know what I'm saying? They have a bunch of guys, but they just haven't played. That's the issue for them. So that's big. And like you said, like if we're just going paper against paper, they're definitely better. A lot better? Absolutely not. And like that's the biggest thing, Tom, like we talked about. The first half of the season, this goes back to projection. It was all about, before the year, you and I talked about it, the first 7 weeks are going to be hell. Now, when it was happening, did we forget? Like, oh, yeah, we expected this. Yeah, because it was like really, really bad. Like it was almost like malpractice when we talk about just everything when it comes to this team. But when you look at, okay, the first half compared to now, you've gotten through the gauntlet of playing the Mahomes, the Bradys, the Herberts. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure I'm missing out on a couple guys. The Matt Ryans, even though you made his life a living hell in week 1. So now it's, okay, can you go against Daniel Jones and make him do what he always does? Turn over the football. Can you make Taylor Heineke, resort back to what he truly is, a game manager? Because I do think him and a Teddy Bridgewater are very similar. That's the biggest thing. And you talked about defenses, right, Dom? Well, we saw the last 2 weeks. We went against the 7th best rush defense in the Broncos, and we went up against the number 1 rush defense against the Saints. So the next 4 teams we play, Giants twice, Washington twice, Jets once, Cowboys once. The Giants at the moment are ranked 23rd in rush defense, so they're much weaker. The Jets are ranked 28th in rush defense. And then you have Washington is ranked 6th. The Cowboys are ranked 10th.
There you go. Well, it's not even about even rankings right now because you're not factoring this in. Make sure you do, though. Like, make sure you factor in that you're double dipping teams now. Like, you're playing teams twice in a short period. Not only divisional games, you got them like boom, 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 boom. So they just saw you. They just fucking saw you. So you would think that they're going to get better or whatever, right? You would think that, like, okay, I just saw this now.
Well, it becomes a coaching matchup. It becomes a coaching matchup. That's
what I was saying earlier. This is where coaching helps you win games, and you need talent, of course. But this is when coaching has guys ready to play, right, etc. This time of year, like you need to be ready to go. You need to be focused. Now, you shouldn't need anybody to get you ready to go when you're in a playoff conversation. Listen, Jesse, I wasn't downplaying how good this offensive line was being. I was just, special is a big word, right? I mean, like extremely good is a better word I like to use before we just get ahead of ourselves. I love it, and they are road grading people. I don't deny it, but just remember, I mean, you can average 200 plus yards a game with a quarterback who runs if you're willing to be committed to it. If you're willing to be like that's who we want to be, you can do it. Right, like literally, the Baltimore Ravens are doing it with Joe Schmoes in the backfield just because they have a quarterback. Now he's a different type of runner, but they're doing it with Joe Schmoes at this point in their careers because he's that electric. that everybody's got to freeze for a fucking second. So now the Devontae Freeman, you're like, Falcons fans are like, why do we get rid of Devontae Freeman? Why? And Giant fans are sitting up there like, what the fuck are we getting rid of Devontae Freeman for? Well,
here comes Yusuf. Here's the Washington scouting report. We will have Sweat, Samuel. Curtis Samuel. He's okay. I wouldn't put him in a scouting report, though, Yusuf. Our entire O-line and maybe Fitzpatrick back. Oh, Jesus. You know, I forgot all about him, Tom. Wouldn't that be freaking perfect? We're riding on the hot hands. We're going on like a 6-game winning streak, and then freaking Fitzpatrick comes back. Our own biggest enemy. I see how this ends.
Yeah. Listen, believe in this team, Chad. Nobody, that's what I'm saying, everybody. I got to agree to the poll. I'm just giving you guys all things that are like I'm taking out my fanhood for a minute, right? Like that, like, okay, it's the NFL. Like, stumbles happen. So teams play up, right? And then you're facing teams like this is the only thing I'm telling everybody to be cautious about. Like, this is Tom telling you to be cautious, not telling you it's definitely going to happen. Just saying, hey, this is why it might not happen, right? And Marquise, I agree with you. I mean, he is like a gluten-free Lamar Jackson. I'll say gluten-free. I like that. Listen, this is what we knew they could do this. You got a 6'9" left tackle, right? Who wants to get dirty. Landon Dickerson wants to get dirty, right? Lane wants to get dirty. Kelsey wants to get dirty. Those guys always want to get dirty. So, most offensive linemen do. You got big mooses up there that really want to get dirty, and they're doing a tremendous job with it. And then when you factor in the quarterback can go for 50 to 70 a game on you, right? It makes everybody else now have to lose like, oh shit, right? Now I got to tackle Jordan Howard, or now Miles Sanders has passed me, right? So that's what it does. It opens up big holes too. Now, it doesn't open up big holes if you got guys who can't block. Don't get me wrong. So the talent plays a part in it big time. This is arguably, I mean, they're top 5 offensive line in football. I don't know where they rank out, but to me, they're top 5. I don't think anybody's going to argue that. If anybody doesn't think they're top 5, I mean, your eyes are lying to you. Right? Your eyes are obviously lying to you. I mean, you just don't constantly just beat people up on the ground. Now everybody knows it's coming. That's even more. The fun part about Sunday is the whole world knew what was coming. At least we assumed. As fans, we said, here we go. They might throw it 35, 40 times. But then everybody knew it was coming. And they didn't go away from it. They continued to go at them. And listen, they took their lunch money. They absolutely did. Absolutely did. It's Marky, but this is what we talked about preseason that they could do. Like, this is if they fucking said to themselves, I don't need to throw it 40 times a game and look so explosive. If I want to buy into this, I can be extremely successful.
Yeah, if they just looked in the friggin' mirror. Like, I don't think they owned a mirror in the first 7 weeks. Just watch it. No,
you know what the mirror was? The mirror was that the
owner?
The owner and maybe the general manager, right, said to themselves, oh, man, this guy can listen, he can throw it. Like, they watched practices and they watched him throw the football, and they said to themselves, okay, he can do it. And I don't think anybody says he can't do it, but practice and games are 2 different things.
Oh, God. Yeah.
When you're getting schemed up against. Now, he can throw the football. So like we all talked about. I said preseason. I'll continue to go back to say what I said preseason. Because then when you run the ball like this, you create play action. Guys can run wide open. Then you have his skill set of being able to make plays on the run, right? Not only run the football right, but throwing the football.
Yep.
Right? Me and Greg talked about yesterday. This is why I had 30 combined touchdowns. They go 10-7, right? That's what the conversation was. He combined for 30 touchdowns. He's at 18 right now. If he combines for 30, they go. I know where you were looking.
Yeah.
I didn't know yesterday either. I'm like, Greg, he's got to be there. He's got to be close to 30, right? He's not that far away, and he has 18 combined touchdowns. He gets to 30. They're winning 10 games. Or at worst, where you had him 9. They're getting
winning record. Just get me to a winning record. That's all I care about.
Get you in. So, I mean, he's doing everything that we essentially were asking from him. And then finally, like Sweep said yesterday, I couldn't agree with it more. And Todd, I know Todd early on in this show, I see him in the comments. Dude, I love you, dude, but you're proving your agenda now. And you just don't like Jalen at all. Because like I said the same thing Sweeps is gonna say. I agree with this 100%. I'm not going to talk about what Jalen can't do. I'm going to start talking about what he can. Right? I think we should start that as a fan base. What's not? Yeah. And he is a running back playing quarterback. I agree with you. But listen, I'm going to talk.
They're winning.
They're winning games, so I'm not going to troll them. So I'm going to start talking about what can Jalen do well and not what he can't do, and hope he can get better at the things that he can't do. Right? That's it. You heard my statement last week on this show too, that I think he deserves, and on Friday, that I think he deserves as much as deserves the end on who's out there another year, his junior year, to really show us. Right? Yeah. We watched him grow too. He had 3 rushing touchdowns yesterday. So let's not act like just because he didn't throw 3, he wasn't involved in them. So, I mean, he had 3 rushing touchdowns. The one guy's jockstrap's still laying there, right? They got to tape him up. So he's a part of it. The reason you're rushing for 240 yards a game, a big part of that is the quarterback.
Yep.
I'm going to yell and scream about that. It's a quarterback, so he's a part of that. That's why I said, Tom, how you get 10, 11 wins, Tom? Well, here's the homer. Because if you run it with a running quarterback, you can do this shit. Now, in the postseason, that's where the fork always hits the road, right? That's where we find out. Will Lamar ever get over the hump, right? Well, will some of these guys get over the hump? I don't know. But that's when you find out. That's when you get exposed, per se.
But I'll tell you what, it would not to give moral victories or anything, but from where we were after week 8 or week 7 or week 6, where we were after last season, it doesn't matter how he's getting it done or how this team's getting it done. If you can say, and you look back on this season and say, in Jalen Hurts' first full season, not his rookie year, his first full season as the quarterback, if he could be the starting quarterback for a team that makes the playoffs, that's an accomplishment. That's an accomplishment.
If this team makes the playoffs, I mean, it guarantees them. And I mean, another year is an understatement. You know, it almost might guarantee him the rest of his rookie deal.
Yes.
Which then, you know, is where we're at. Then it'd be a senior year, right? But either way, he's at least earned the junior. If he gets in the playoffs, he almost earns that other one. But I don't want to tack on years. But you guys, you don't know what I mean?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. What it does, it sets up for, okay, we're not, again, going back to last week, we're not talking extensions, you know, right after the playoff game, but we're talking about, okay, you're definitely our quarterback in 2022. And then halfway through the year, if you continue to play this well, we're talking about midseason extension. You're our guy. Howie Roseman's going to lock you up 6 months early type thing. That's what we're looking at. Which, again, like Tom and I have always said, that's the best scenario. That's the best scenario. I do not care if it's a running back playing quarterback or a quarterback playing running back. If you're winning football games and if you have a guy who you picked in the 2nd round as your starting quarterback for the next 5, 6, 7, 8 years that you can get in for much cheaper money than a Mahomes or a Dak or an Aaron Rodgers.
You can't do that. You're not going to get that many years for cheap because remember, it's only 4. It's only 4. So
no, but I'm saying his next contract. If you can get it to where,
I mean, you would have to get his next contract to be that first deal to be cheap. Now, right? If he goes to the playoffs this year, next year that deal ain't going to be cheap.
Oh hell no!
You understand what I'm saying? So
that's the
Howie Roseman. Hi, Howie. This is where you're going to see it. Listen, you know what? You just made me think of this. Mark my fucking words. If it does, first off, they go to the playoffs, he gets inked up after the year. I also wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the next deal that comes on the table and people are going to be all crazy about it. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the next deal up in season. I could see it too. I could see it, and then I'll put a lot of people. Oh, they're not in the trade market. I'd be interested to see, but either way, I can see it as the season's going on. But I sure as I could see it after the year. With them trying to get him cheaper, and if not at the end of the year, then definitely throughout the season next year, right? So either way, it's one that's coming up. But
I do want to read this to you guys real quick, and I found this. This is via. I'll give him credit. It's not my stat. It's from Pro Football Reference. Jalen Hurts is the first Eagles quarterback to ever run for 3 touchdowns in a game. Cunningham didn't do it. Vic didn't do it. Wentz didn't do it. McNabb didn't do it.
Yeah. McNabb's your big one.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's one of those stats that, like, okay, in a small sample size, that means something. Big picture, but that's big. So, like, for all the running back playing quarterback things, well, you don't win that game if he doesn't get in the end zone like that.
Listen, he's a weird explosive. You know what I mean? He almost doesn't look fast, but he's fast enough.
Manny, we just said that, Manny. We just said that, Manny. Tom, did you just say that?
Yeah.
We just said that, Manny.
Manny, I'm not talking about extending him. I'm telling you what I'm telling you what Howie's going to try to do to try to get him cheaper. If he feels like he's the guy longer term, which I don't have the answer to.
And also, here's the exciting thing too, Tom, right? And again, this conversation can go away very quickly if we lose this Sunday or against the Jets or anything. But I'm going to say this because I'm having fun. We're having fun with this right now.
Manny says he's agreeing with that. Okay.
Okay. I read the first one, Manny, and I got defensive. You're winning this style of a game while you're rebuilding. Like, the fun stuff comes after the season, right? Like, that's when you can get cute and you can build off of your strengths. Like, you can build off of like, oh, this defense is playing good enough. I'm not going to say this is a great defense yet, even though Darius Slay is playing out of his mind. But it's like, okay, you can improve on those things. You can improve and actually get a second. I'm not trying to say go back to the wide receiver well, but like in free agency, build upon that and help and build around this quarterback, build around this running game. That's the exciting thing, is that like, as fun as it is right now, at least on paper, the best is yet to come. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this was the figure it out year. This was a lot of guys that are playing this year probably aren't in our long-term futures.
You know what, Jay? You're right, Rye. Jay says analytically his style of play doesn't result in Super Bowls, but listen, if he's winning, that's all that matters. It's not about how you win. It's about applying a style that caters to his strength. Yep. And listen, Jay, I agree with you. Like, okay, this style of play doesn't necessarily win, right? But, all it takes is a couple big throws in the postseason, right? To make that go away, right? You know what I mean? And I know you agree with this, Jay. Like that's it. Like Lamar Jackson's a couple throws away from moving on, right? Moving on, right? And it goes for other guys, right? I mean, Vic only made it to an NFC title game, so it's not like he did, really went far. But the same thing implies. I mean, Donovan was the real running guy who was able to turn it himself into a pocket guy per se and still move around, right? Donovan was that guy to sort of change it, and he went to numerous NFC title games. So, if you can throw it enough, you can win. Yep. Jose, thank you, brother. He says, great win yesterday, but man, Jordan Howard absolutely dodged a possible career-ending injury that took him out of the game. We need his running ability. We absolutely need it. Jose, we appreciate the super chat. That's one where you're like, hey, man, guy gonna get up like that. That's the one we talk about. Is he paralyzed? Like, that's serious. Like, that's serious. That's the one that gets you. These guys are such their necks are so strong. That kills me. Like, I flip over like that at this point in my life and land like that, I'm dead.
We're like that. We're like the Saints defender after he got broken ankles by Jalen. We're still laying on the field. We're still laying there. Umberto, what do you got for us, brother? Ryan and Tom, how would you feel if I said two best cornerbacks in NFC this year are in the East? Slay and Diggs are easy to be Pro Bowlers.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I mean, they're two of the better ones. I'm gonna say the two best. I mean, maybe in the NFC, maybe.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know, dude. I mean, Jair Alexander's a pretty good one in Green Bay. There's a lot of good ones. So I'm not gonna say the best or not the best, but Pro Bowlers, yeah. I mean, both deserve it. Both are finding the end zone as defensive players. That puts you in that conversation. I mean, Slay's in the conversation for defensive player of the year if this continues, right? Like, even if he gets another one, right? And a couple more picks. I mean, a couple more picks and like another defensive score, Darius Slay might be defensive player of the year, right? So we'll see.
It's tough to say top two because then you've got like the Stephon Gilmores. Then you know what I'm saying? Like, you really, like Jesse.
Yeah, well, these are Jesse.
That's AFC.
That's AFCers though, right? Like, that's why I was like, oh, maybe. But then you still got good ones in the NFC. So let's just say we got Pro Bowlers. I mean, we got a Pro Bowl. We get big play Slay's living up to his name.
Hey,
matter of time.
Oh.
Listen, before we get in this, make sure everybody out there, you hit the damn like button, hit the subscribe, right? Especially if you're an Eagles fan. All right. If you're not an Eagles fan, do it anyway, because we'll tell you how trash your team is. So either way, hit the damn like, hit the subscribe. Join us. Conversate in. Right? We read it all off on here. Ain't nobody reading everything off but us.
So J Love, this perfect segue. Thank you, J Love, because I was going to go there in a second. So let me set the stage for everybody. So Tom and the guys, justifiably so, they were criticizing Miles because he put the ball on the turf twice. I understand only one counted, but he put it on the turf twice. And Tom, I'm not going to speak for you. Do you want to recap what you said yesterday? I mean, because what you said, I don't think there's anything wrong with pertaining to Miles.
Which part? The diva? The diva?
Well, it's like the capital sin of a running back is fumbling the football.
Yeah,
like we can look beyond a lot of things, but you can't fumble the football, especially within your own 10-yard line.
You can't fumble the football, period.
No.
I don't know. Like I said yesterday, I feel like that's a little puss. Like when you constantly fumble the football at the running back position, I feel like you almost don't like contact. Like, are you a pussy? Like, I'm just asking. I don't know. So that's sort of where I stand on it.
And you weren't just saying it based off of him. You were comparing Jordan Howard and Miles to where nobody wants to touch Jordan Howard. Nobody wants to touch him, let alone tackle him. Miles, and again, Tom, you and I put the microscope on him, and this isn't a shot at him. This is like, okay, prove it type thing. We talked this time last Monday. We said, is he going to do what he did the last 2 times he's returned after a long layoff, and that is put the ball on the ground? He did it. He did it twice. I don't care if one didn't count. He did it freaking twice. He was saved by the bell. We were saved by the bell. So Tom, and the guys talked about that, and we put out the video on Instagram. I'm sure a lot of us, a lot of you guys saw it if you guys are following us on all of our socials. So this morning or this afternoon, we get a little visit from Miles Sanders on Instagram. And it's a little laughing emoji from Mr. Sanders. And see, and just so you know, it's him. And we just put, and listen, we're not lying. We just put all love, brother, because this is not, again, Miles, if you're listening, which I guess you are, because it's not the first time you responded on one of our clips. We love it. We appreciate you. I
got another question for him after, but go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, I know what that question is, and it's a justified question. It's not a shot at you. I think in the same clip, Tom and Sweeps and Greg all talked about how your talent is through the friggin' roof.
I always want to talk about talent, yeah.
At the end of the day, it's about consistency. It's about
no. At the end of the fucking day, it's about holding on to the football. So the consistency should just come naturally because how gifted you are. At the end of the day, it's about holding on to the fucking football, Miles. So I'm going to ask you a question, Miles. You said, what was the second thing? What was the second comment?
So we said it's all love, brother, and he sent 4 laughing emojis. And then we responded a little bit of criticism, mainly love, though, laughing face. And then he left it with, you good, keep talking your nonsense.
Keep talking nonsense. So I want to ask him, what part of the video was nonsense? Me saying that Jordan Howard's playing better than you right now? When guys constantly put it on the turf, maybe it's a little puss.
I think that's what got him.
Did that one get you?
I think that's what got him.
That get that?
Because, and I'm not trying to put I'm not trying to do like Dr. Phil, but like if I'm an athlete and if I see that, that's what gets me.
Oh, it gets me too. I mean,
you know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't. He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
I didn't. This is the funny thing. I didn't say you are a pussy.
No.
I connected all the dots onto what I feel like would be a little puss. But I tried to ease myself without saying it yesterday by starting out saying it's a little diva-ish, right? I said it's a little diva-ish when you constantly put the ball on the turf, right, at the right back. I feel like you don't want nobody touching you, right? Then I say a little puss. And I said, I just feel like if you constantly put the ball on the ground, you're a pussy. I don't know what else to say. It's constant. It's constant. Listen, I want you to be special, okay? I want you to be great. But what's upsetting you? What's upsetting you? You don't want to put it on the turf, and you got time on a Monday, which we love you checking in. We got time on a Monday. The only credit I'll give him credit for liking the post, and I'll give him credit for not blocking.
Oh, and he went right after.
I'm not backtracking at all. It's Stelios.
No, yeah, Stelios. He's not backtracking.
I'm telling you how I like in the video yesterday, how in the moment I wasn't trying to say dude's a pussy right now. Like, I wasn't trying to say that. I was trying to, like, ease it. So I was like, diva. I was like, maybe a little diva-ish. And then I said, maybe a little puss. And then finally I said, you know what? Take the gloves off. This is pussy shit. Hold on to the football because you're not getting. It's not like it's great hits knocking the ball out, right? When you got the binoculars on like Howie and you're watching it, it's softy shit like that. You can't get that rip from you. So guys know they can rip it from you.
Yeah, and it's not again. I understand, just on a short clip. I understand when people can see it and they get oh that's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous comment, all that stuff. Oh, that's nonsense. Huh. You weren't calling him that. You were just saying the act of fumbling the football is soft.
You know what? Just go pull up the clip because we're gonna just play it back for people because this is crazy. You know what I mean? This is crazy because the real Grizz. Again, I'm not backtracking, but I don't know if I necessarily call him a pussy. I don't know. I'll re-listen to it again, and if I did, I did. So I mean, I'll tell you. I'll hold on to the football.
They're running the football this last month. It's what a moron you would have to be to go away from. You know what I mean? But you came in and you Saints are the number one rushing defense in the league today, and it was like taking candy from a baby. It's embarrassing, absolutely embarrassing. Manhand.
Yeah, we talk about we have road graders off
the way they're running the football this last month.
Oh no, that's wrong clip. Wrong clip. Sorry, 2 clips. There was 2 clips. There you go.
If you can't hold on to football, this is why Deuce Staley was all up in his ass last year. Okay, this is more the reason when people say, "Well, Tom, if you can't hold on to football, this is why Deuce Staley was all up in his ass last year." Okay. This is more the reason when people say, well, Tom, why is he not getting the ball? Because he puts on the fucking turf too much. All right? So Jordan Howard is a better running back than Miles Sanders right now. All right? He's had more yards per attempt today. So for all the explosiveness, Jordan looks pretty explosive too, doesn't he? Because nobody wants to tackle him. So listen, I think they complement each other extremely well. I'm not going to run from that. I really do. But Miles needs to hold on to the goddamn football. Because this little diva, because fumbling's diva to me. Fumble will always be a little bit of puss.
Why is it skip? Hold on.
Football, this is why Deuce Staley was
Instagram's not working with me. Hold on.
If you can't hold on to football, ouch. But when it's end, then I think you get it. Fumble will always be a little bit of puss, right? That's what fumbling is to me. Not all the time, but when it becomes a trend, then I think you got a little puss, right? You don't like being hit. That's what it tells me if you constantly fumble the football, especially at the running back session. Yeah. I smell pussy, but I do. He is important to this football team, though. I mean, I'll be critical of him. I'm not giving him an extension, right? I'm not doing those things right now, right? But, I mean, I think a lot of people overrate him in this city. And does he have great ability? Sure, he's had that since college. But when the same things are your problems now that were your problems 4 years ago, then there's no defending it. The legal team's got to sit back and say, all right, dude, he is electric, but when you put the ball on the turf, I don't care if you rush for 12 carries for 95 yards, right? If one of those carries is a fumble, you killed me. I'd rather a guy averaging 3.5 yards a carry than you then.
Yeah, you got to pull Darnell Jefferson. I mean, you got to walk around everywhere with the football. You know what I mean? And then just have people.
Harper did it.
The mailman, everybody try to knock it out of your hand.
I just like where you're listening to it because it's exactly what I said. I know necessarily I was a roundabout way of calling you a pussy without calling you a pussy, right? Just saying that this is what pussies do. I smell one. I smell it, right? Don't put the football on the ground then, and then we don't have the conversation, all right? And then once in a while I can deal with it. If a guy gets lit up, I expect you to fumble the ball, right? If a helmet on a football, I get you, right? I get you. Everybody's going to fumble sometimes. But for anybody out there to tell me, somebody said bad take. Bad take what? Putting the ball on the ground doesn't kill you? So what would you rather have, Jordan Howard, who just 4 yards, 4 yards, 4 yards, 4 yards, 4 yards, or, okay, a guy that is going to put the football on the ground a lot, but he can also break one? What? You win and lose games. You win and lose games by turnover differential. I mean, it's one of the biggest stats there is on wins losses. It's winning the turnover battle. Are we okay? Are we okay? Do we just poo-poo? Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. And then keep talking what nonsense? What nonsense? What part of it? This is why I wanted to ask back, but I don't want to get blocked. There's a lot of great people do a lot of great work here, right? And we got a lot more shows. So I don't want anybody getting blocked because of me, because I'm an animal. All right, and I'm going to tell you how it is because the same shit that's been happening, okay? So what part of it is keep talking that that nonsense. What part's nonsense? Jordan Howard being better than you right now? That guys who constantly put the ball on the turf are a little diva-ish, right? That a little puss? Which part? Deuce Staley ripping into you? Which part is the nonsense part and the non-factual part of that entire clip? Listen, I like the guy. That's the funny thing. I like him. I like him even more now because he's willing to address it at least. Hold on to the damn football and you won't hear from me, sir. Well, actually, you will. Because when you don't put the foot in the ground and you dance, you're going to hear from me again. But I'll deal with all that.
But aren't you critical of him, Tom? And not just you. Aren't we critical of him just because we expect so much from him? Like, I don't think you're going to do a 3-minute video on Elijah Holyfield.
Oh, my God. Any running back. Tiki Barber to me is a little bitch, too, right? Always put it on the floor, right? And people are like, well, they got to correct the way he holds it, Tom. They got to, he's got it like this now, and he'll never fumble again. Like, come on. It means you got little soft hands. You got little baby hands. I don't know. I'm just joking, but like part of it is truth, though, right? That we not equate like constantly putting the ball on the turf is like, man, that guy's soft.
Well, can we?
I'm asking you guys, like, come on, I'm having fun with this. Now you guys are all taking it personal, just like him. Like he took it less personal than you guys did.
Oh yeah, no. He went about it the perfect way, in my opinion. Like listen, I already had a lot of respect for Miles just because he's interacted with our stuff for a long time and all that stuff. Like,
yeah. Listen,
and listen, a lot of Philly athletes, maybe some teammates of his,
think he was a bitch.
Some of his teammates actually could take a note or two from him on how to like.
That guy's name don't even need to come up. You know what I mean? That guy don't even deserve a. I know who we're going with.
No, I'm not even just going with him. I'm going with past guys. I'm going with past guys. I'm going with some guys that are on the Patriots now. I'm going with some guys that we played against on Sunday alone. Some people responding and coming in hot about contracts.
Yeah.
No, I'm going way back. I don't give a damn about a wide receiver who can't play football. He's nothing to me. Somebody asked me about him in our comment section yesterday, and I literally said, who? I think the amount of likes on it, I think we had more likes on that comments than catches he's had in the NFL, period. But
no, guys, I love it. Everybody coming in. Sorry, right? Everybody's coming in. We got to address them. No. Miles didn't talk shit.
No.
He did. I talk shit. Miles talked some shit back in our Instagram DMs.
It was a social media Western standoff in the Instagram. That's what happened.
So it's all it was. You know what I mean? And we're fine.
He responded to Tom's video yesterday, and with some laughing faces, and then you could keep talking your nonsense. But again, I give him a lot of credit for that. I give him a ton of credit for that because he addressed it. He came right after us. And again, dude, this Sunday, you have a perfect stage to prove us all wrong. We're not even just wrong because we weren't saying he sucks. I don't think in any part of that video or at any time have you said he sucks. I don't think you've ever said like, oh, he doesn't belong on the football field. You just said, hey, don't fumble the football. Be better. Be more consistent. Mr. Wing, running back divas. I get wide receivers, but running back, it's your job to get crushed every play. Mr. Wing. Come on, Mr. Wing. Mr. Wing. Mr. Wing.
I'm just telling you, when you're constantly putting on the rock, they're putting the football on the turf. I question these types of things. These are what comes up in my head. All right, live your life. I'll live mine, Mr. Wing. My goodness gracious! I mean, you're ready to hand job all these guys as quick as you can be. I've never seen somebody ready for the slopes as much as you, right? With some of these guys. I mean, you're so quick to like come in, fighting for these guys. Like they did. Like I'm talking about Barry Sanders, right? Like you know what I mean? Like I'm talking about Pro Bowl caliber players. Like I'm like the fact of the matter is the talent alone is why we're even talking about it. His talent alone is why we're even talking about it. And the fact of the matter is, what has he done? He's another Penn State guy who's going to say the same shit that Greg says, that I said. I'm not even Penn State guy. I just watched him enough, right? Like, it's the same thing. He dances. I don't even care. The dancing must drive me crazy, Keith. That's the other side of it. I can, like, wrap my head around you dancing and not wanting contact, even though people out there tell me you can't be a diva playing running back. You absolutely can when you dance. When you dance, means you're avoiding the contact. I don't expect my running backs anymore to be Jordan Howards. Like, those guys don't grow on trees. I know everybody wants a physical running back. Listen, I don't care the style running back as long as it's successful. I think you need two styles. I think you always need a bruiser, and then you need to change the pacer. Like I always feel like you need two, and they complement each other. But come on, I mean, it's the fumbling that is why this conversation continues to really come up.
I don't know where the disagreements from the fam is coming from, aside from just, and I'm not calling Mr. Wing a fanboy or anything, but that's what it just comes down to, in my opinion. If you can't grasp in your head, oh, he's back. And listen, I understand if somebody is called that, it's all about like, oh, okay, they'll get all defensive, and I understand it. If Tom was in Sanders' shoes, if I was, if we all were.
Yeah. But again,
but here's the thing. This is where we actually give Miles credit. Because I'm sure 98% of the population, if they heard that, they're not responding. They're hitting block. He responded. And again, this Sunday against the Giants, he has the stage to prove it. That he is the guy.
No part of that I said you don't matter to this football team.
No, you said it 2 seconds after you called him puss. You went puss.
Listen, I'm the realest guy there is. This is why I tell you guys to continue to listen, because I'm telling you the facts and being critical and having fun with it. Right? This is why we're different. Everybody asks me, Tom, you know what? Well, why don't you get press credentials? Because they don't want us in the fucking room. Do you understand this? I know this to be a fact now. I know this to be a fact. A fact. I'm breaking news to the public out there. They don't want us in the room because we're controversial. Right? Because we're different. Because we're not the norm. We're not the dog and pony show. We're not going to give you that little layups. We're not in a layup line. Give me a layup. We're actually going to try to block a shot. And that's why they don't want us in the room, because we're actually going to try to block a damn shot. I'm not talking about the Eagles. I'm talking about in general. Think about it. Because we're actually going to block a shot. Do you think Barstool has access to press credentials because of those guys? Are you guys insane? They have access to press credentials because it's former players that are going in. Not those guys. Not the guys who talk all the shit. Those guys they try to ban from the NFL. You know what I mean? Because they talk a lot of shit. You understand what I'm saying to you guys? So we have fun with it. All right? We take some jabs at guys. But that absolutely equates to being a little bit of a puss. Constant soft fumbles. That fumble in the first half is soft. That is soft, right? And guys in the locker room watch that on tape and say, oh, shit, that's a soft one. That's a fucking soft one. Don't tell me they don't. I played football. That's a soft fumble.
I think all we're asking of Miles, and it's not just him, we're asking him to be more consistent. We're asking him to be better. And I will say this again for the third time.
I'll say one more thing. When press credentials pay my bills and pay all our bills, then sure. Right? We'll say everything you want us to say. But currently, that's not the way it happens. Nobody pays my bills. Players sure as hell don't.
Like I was going to say, we wouldn't be making a video for a lesser talented player
back in the day, right? Like,
yeah, and that's not
can't play. He's a plus.
Like if you again, and it goes with everything. If you're being talked about, that means you're good enough.
Yeah.
If we're holding these players to a higher standard, we're not going to make a 5-minute video talking about friggin' Furkan Korkmaz. You know what I'm saying? Or Elijah Holyfield or Jonathan Hightower. You know what I'm saying? Or Andrew Knapp. Not because they're bad guys or because they stuck, but it's because there are guys from either when they were drafted, when they were in college, what we've seen, what we're seeing now, what we want to see in the future, that we hold to a higher standard. Miles Sanders is one of those guys that we hold to a higher standard. And that is the highest compliment we could give to somebody.
He's a second-round pick that we want to be the guy.
Yes. And he has shown flashes of being the guy. But the most frustrating thing about him is that in between all of the flashes and the 65-yard rushes, there are the fumbles, or the not running out of bounds, or the dancing, and all that stuff. And again, a lot of that stuff, I'm just talking about me. I look past, because if you have that elite type, game-changing ability, you can make up for some things. But the hardest thing to make up for if you are a running back is fumbling the football in your own 10-yard line.
And listen, if Miles Sanders came on here, do you not think that I'm not man enough to say, hey, I probably maybe shouldn't have referenced you as being a pussy? Right? You guys understand that we're having freaking fun here? That like if the real fork met the road, I'm not going to sit here and call the guy a puss like on air to him, right? Like, but in having fun talking about the position, talking about fumbling, talking about constant fumbling, that's just what I'm going to say. And listen, I know everybody's not taking it serious, so it was a couple people taking it a little too personal. He didn't take it as personal as these people.
Jesse, I'll tell you exactly what I'll do. If he has a good game this Sunday and we win, I'll DM him that MVP. Yeah,
like I say it all the time. I always say I love Miles.
Yeah,
I love Miles.
We want him to be the guy.
I love the energy, good or bad. Exactly. When it's good shit, I'm the most fired up guy around here. When it's bad shit, I'm the most fired up guy around here. So I'm going to stand by that. That's how I've always talked sports, guys. It's like you're sitting in we're just driving in the car. I don't even realize we're live sometimes with the shit that comes out of my mouth. So because it's just that authentic of us just talking sports. Like we're in the car driving with our buddies. That's how it's been. That's the whole purpose. When people used to like, Tom, what's different about it? Freaking, remember DF back in the day? What's different? Everything. Everything. I used to say everything. I don't know what that means. Everything. Everybody else wants the access. They're begging for the access. Telling you from day one, I don't care about the access. I got Twitter. I got those questions being asked without me needing the access. For what? Me to ask a tough question? No, I'll just tell you how it is. I'll tell you how it is in a video. We'll tell you how it is in shows. You guys are all here because you like it. Now hit the damn like, hit the subscribe. Be like Miles. Comment in. Miles is still following. Why ain't you? I essentially called him a pussy. So think about that. Spidey says, hold on to the damn ball. It's part of the game. Don't be soft. Great. So now another person, we equate a fumbling to softness, right? What else do we equate to softness? Like there's other things that we'll equate to like softness, right?
Not finishing routes.
We did the same thing about Zach. I mean, we called Zach soft at times because he would just fall down, right? Mm-hmm. We were never taking shots at him in terms of like he didn't fumble the ball like this. But imagine if Zach fumbled the ball a lot with the way he doesn't want, with the way he like avoids contact. Yeah. I mean, come on, we'd be smoking him.
No, I mean, it's not a shot just at him. It's not. We would be saying it about everybody else. And again, when you have a guy like Jordan Howard, and I'll give credit to Boston Scott because he was a big part of it while Miles was gone. It's natural human nature and fan nature to literally compare to what you had during those handful of weeks to now. And when you fumble the football, the microscopes even become even closer.
Absolutely. Absolutely is. It's just common sense.
But I get it. I like I said, there's been plenty of other guys in this city and nationally that have taken mild criticism and have completely blocked us or all that stuff. He's handled it the proper way, in my opinion. And like everyone in the chat saying, "Oh, well, we shouldn't have responded." He can do whatever he wants to social media.
No, I like that he responded.
Yeah, and that it's not because
I like it more because I want these guys I want to know these guys are listening, and I know this from years doing it that these guys listen. But I really like to know these guys are listening. Right?
Ooh, hey, Keys. Appreciate you, brother.
Let's see. Keys with a 20 spot. What's up, guys? Love the passion. Thank you. No, thank you, Keys.
Thank you, Keys.
Super chats and subscribers makes us keep going, right?
And listen, I'll give a shout out to somebody in that locker room, a big fan of the program. Darius Slay. Every time we post about him, we're on his IG.
Yeah, Darius. I mean, we were all critical of him too, weren't we?
Well, that's the perfect example to where about 5-6 weeks ago, Tom, you and I went on a big rant talking about, stop saying big play Slay, change your handle. Ever since then, I'm not saying he's playing better because we went crazy. I'm not doing that. We're not getting Okay, you can, but like,
come join me, right? Come join me. They hear us, and then listen. What will keep you going in this forever, right? Mm-hmm. Thinking that they hear you and it matters, right? Like, you know what I mean? Even if they don't hear you and it had nothing to do with it, they think that they hear us and that gets you going. I'll take it like that.
Yeah, perception's reality at the end of the day.
Laughing at that dynasty thing. I am.
Yeah. But like ever since we were critical, the city was critical, he's played awesome. And that's the thing. Miles, I'll say it for the 100th time before we move on to winners and losers. There's not going to be a Jordan Howard sighting this week. Own it. Look at the friggin' all the criticism in the face. Play well. And hold on to the football, please. That's all we're asking. Just hold on to the ball. It's like the Ben Simmons. Just make your free throws. Just hold on to the ball. Just hold on to the ball. Run forward, hold on to the ball. No, Mr. Wing, he blocked us like in the first. Like I feel like we were blocked by him after like before he was even drafted here.
No, it got through the draft. It was I remember exactly when he blocked us. It was
probably when he took shots at the fans. Yeah,
he made it about the fans, and then I did a video of him being the crumb of the day, and then he blocked us.
Well, he came. He's another example. He came in our comment section and he was fighting with us, and then he deleted all of his comments and he blocked. I just don't remember what the interaction was.
It was that. It was the last video because that was the last one I did about the fans, and then he blocked us.
No, Umberto, see, this is where I disagree with you. And again, every player is different. Like there's players that don't have social media. There's players that just completely go away from it.
Well, it depends what drives you, right?
Well,
like some guys, social media might drive you, right?
If I'm Miles Sanders, like I'm not saying he should be like Kevin Durant where like he's going on burners or anything. But if I see, a handful of guys going crazy on a podcast or on a live show.
First off, Ryan, guy just called you a pussy for all intents and purposes, right?
Yeah.
Because you got onto the football.
Yeah.
This week of work.
I'm going to be angry. I'm going to be pissed.
Listen. I hope that he heard us call him a pussy. And
I am begging. The best case scenario for this week is that I have a meme set up for literally 4:02 p.m. Sunday evening that has Miles Sanders' face on Michael Jordan, and it just says, "And I took that personally."
Yeah, and you should have the video. You should have the
Yes.
video underneath of it. It
Yes.
should be the video underneath and then the picture up top. Be video picture combo of a little plus diva pussy comment, and I hope it drives them. Because if you think I'm saying it that I don't want these guys to drive and I ain't trying to win football games, you're all misguided. Just like I told you about the quarterback that I was a hater of, that I said I just want to win games, and I won't care as much about the extra. I won't care as much about missing throws at times or can he throw 40 times, right? I'm going to talk about what he does well. Then we're going to talk about what he does well. Word of the day has been pussy, though, on tonight's show. We really went to a whole nother level. And we'll give her score predictions for Sunday, Wednesday night, obviously. So we don't have to get into that, but sorry, getting text.
Did you see the thing I messaged you, by the way? About like 45 minutes ago in WhatsApp.
Look at Spidey. Love you, Spides. Says Miles is not a loaf of bread. Hold on to the rock. We appreciate you guys all with the super chats. I really can't say it enough. It means a ton. Keep liking, keep subscribing. Make sure you're using our promo codes all over the place. Like I told you early on, you can get 20% off and free shipping with the code A2D at manscaped.com. Unlock your confidence. Always use the right tools for the job. Right? 2-in-1 body wash. They got everything. Got everything now.
I'm gonna play with fire here. I'll do this. And maybe I'm being a victim of the moment type thing, but like where we did like our top 5 thing last week, and you and I were talking about Jason Kelce, and he's awesome, by the way. And like I'll continue to say, like I'm never in the business to be like, hey, Jason, don't retire, but like maybe don't retire because you still have it, and like it's only going to get better. It seems like. I feel like I can make the argument that
it's okay if he does though, because then your guard goes to center and
Ciamalo's back.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't
want Jason Kelce to retire, by the way, because we argued about the other day. I think he's the top five center. I don't know if he's the best center in football, but he's definitely top 5. So I don't want that. And to your point is he's playing so at a high level, right? Does he say, you know what? I'm not ready to go yet. Especially if they're winning too, Rye. Like,
well, that's what I'm saying. It's going to get better. It should get better. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going, like, right now. Again, this changes if they lose this Sunday very quickly.
Yeah.
But, like, if this continues like this, the projection's doing this. It's like, oh, draft picks, money, maybe another extension, Howie. You know what I'm saying? Like, who knows? Who knows?
I know you're liking over there on YouTube. I see a ton of people watching. Get your like on.
Yeah, you're right, Devlin. But my argument is that maybe not right now, but I think we will probably be saying that Jordan Mailata is a top 5 Philly athlete in the city for a long time.
Who?
Jordan Mailata.
Is a what?
Top 5 Philly athlete.
When you're putting him in that now?
No. I'm saying, like, he will be for a long time. I'm not saying right now, no.
Oh, you're saying. Oh, you're okay. You went and did that. All right. Wow, that's bull cotton.
I know. Listen, I know, rugby guy. I get it.
No. I mean, dude, you're saying top 5 in this city for a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, there's 4 sports. There's 4 majors. Like, yeah. All right. This is bold. What's a long time?
Yeah. 4 or 5 years.
Okay. I was just seeing where you're going with that.
Right. Yeah, I'm not pulling a 15.
No, it's fine. I'm not saying I'm going to disagree with you right now. He's mauling people. He's a
left tackle is arguably the second, third most important position in football.
Listen, I looked to be 100% wrong in my video earlier, questioning the money right then and there. Right? And listen, I'm the first guy to say, like, I questioned it. I think we all did for a second, right? I mean, I think if you didn't question, holy shit, we decided that much money? Okay.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. It escalated quickly.
Like, what are you seeing that I haven't seen? And obviously they saw stuff that I haven't seen yet. So listen, that's a great signing. So now I look at that money and I look at his production now, and then I can tell you, hey, I'm glad you saw it because we didn't get enough of it. But guess what? When you run the football with guys who want to get physical with you, like, I'm not going to tell you, Ryan, if they were throwing the ball as much as they were before, he might be getting beat a lot. Makes sense?
Sure.
So that he's not. So then this conversation might not be happening, right? So you're playing to guys' strengths right now, and then you can get better as a pass blocker, right? He can continue to improve in that. But the one thing that's easier for guys is to get downhill on you. It's always easier. So you're playing to his strengths, and what a great strength to have when you got a guy who's a fucking can block out the sun, the moon, maybe Mars, and then the guy next to him loves to get physical. So your young left side, I mean, that is so promising for years to come with those 2 guys over there. And I say those 2 guys over there because the one at some point is going to go to center, and it's still promising that side you have of those guys, man. It really is. And then in our little stint of Andre Dillard, we've seen good football. Driscoll's playing good at right guard because you haven't heard about him, right? Lane Johnson, we know how good he is as a run blocker. And also we know how good as soon as Lane Johnson came back, we're winners of 3 out of 4. I mean, I don't know what to tell people how important this fucking guy is anymore. So why don't we put this on our Instagram, right? Maybe, look, Tom giving love to players. Because some things you say, well, Tom, how can you constantly say that about a right tackle? Because the proof's in the pudding. When Lane Johnson's healthy, our numbers, right? We're a playoff team year in, year out when Lane Johnson's healthy. The times he isn't, we're a top 5 pick type of football team.
Yep.
So that's drastic, baby. That's drastic. All right? Lane Johnson's so important to this football team. And I don't know, when did he come back? Did he come back 4 weeks ago? I don't know the exact.
I think it's been 3. I think this was his 3rd game back.
Good. 2-1 with him. You know what I mean? Essentially. Right?
I think he came back after the Detroit game.
Okay. Yeah. So they're 2-1 with him. He's so important. We know this from years back, too. I mean, he's so important to this run game. He's so important to that right side, especially when you have a young guy there. Some stability. He's having your 2 vets, right, on your offensive line still. This offensive line who's went through a lot, too, throughout this year already. Man, come on. I mean, to be able to sit here and talk about the Eagles, right, where we were after the Vegas game, I'm in awe. I'm in awe, right, the resiliency. We talked about this resiliency, right, of Doug and the culture, and I think it's a carryover a little bit, too. All right, I do, because there's a lot of culture guys that are still here in a way, but enough, right? Yep. There's there's enough leadership still in this locker room when you look at the likes of Fletcher Cox, when you look at the likes of Darius Slay, when you look at the likes of Rodney McLeod, right? When you look at the likes of Lane Johnson, Jason Kelsey.
Graham, even though he's not playing, he's there. Brandon Graham.
BG. Yep. So, I mean, when you look at that, there's still enough of this culture here of veterans that knows the most important time to lock in. It's been the last, 4 weeks per se, and they've locked in as a football team. And man, credit, and that's not taking anything away from Nick. Obviously, Nick's done a tremendous job of turning things around in terms of his play calling and everything else. So I'm just excited. I'm excited we get to sit here and talk about them and even have a conversation of playoffs and 5-1 down the stretch and all kinds of other things. It's great.
No, I mean, Tom, it got so bad we didn't even do a preview to the Chargers game on that Wednesday that week. Like, that's how bad it got. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was it hurt to talk about the friggin' team for a little bit. And again, it's not like we were expecting, 14 wins. We were expecting a lot of bumps in the road this year. But as I said at the open, and I've yet to hear anybody disagree with it, which is good. If this coaching staff and this, team played the Saints in week 3, it's a completely different formula. It would be overthinking the room. We would be throwing the ball 45, 50 times because it would be, okay, number one rushing defense we're going up against. We can't run the football. Fight strength with the strength.
Yep. Yeah, right. That was the big tower, right? And we talked about this last week. Like, don't run from it just because you know that that's what they do well. That's what you do well.
Mm-hmm.
So you say, who's better? And you said you're better. So that's your answer to the rest of this year. Now there's going to be a game or two where you can't do it. And it might not be the game you think it is. Like, you would look at it and say, Washington 6th ranked against the run, that's the game. I don't know. Or they're the 2 games you can't do it, right? I don't know. But there's going to be a game or two where a team comes to play. And it might be the Giants with the 23rd ranked rush defense, where they wake up and they stuff the run because they're locked in, right? Hypothetically, right? Then that's the game that's going to tell us everything we need to know moving forward about our young quarterback.
And the coach.
A game like that then you make enough plays. It just has to be enough, right? Right? Just enough. Enough.
And to be honest, Tom, not to look too far ahead, I think that comes this week, to be completely honest, where you're going to have to rely a lot more on Jalen than in weeks past. And I'm not saying throw the football 50 times, but I'm saying, again, this is not a shot at the guys that are currently playing, but I've got to see it. This running game turned the corner when Jordan Howard got on the field. He's not going to be on the field. So you're going to be running with, I get it, Eagles legend, giant killer, Boston Scott. Understandable. Completely understand.
But I mean, Miles Sanders is still here. Miles Sanders is supposed to be that guy.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
So now I'm paging Miles Sanders again, like I paged him earlier today, last night. Paging him again, that I need you to run with a purpose. I need you to hold on to the football. I need you to see what the guy in front of you did and say, man, that middle's open all day. Listen, at the end of the day, they're going to be able to run the football against the Giants. They're going to be able to run the football, period, because of Jalen, right? I mean, but I agree with you. This would be the week that it gets slowed down a good amount, right? Where maybe you're not running for 240 again. Maybe around the 180 mark where it feels a little slowed, right? There's going to be that week where you got to throw the ball more than you're used to.
Is it fair? And listen, if this is a crazy question, I understand it because I'm comparing a position with the most important position in all of sports. But in just this game alone, given that you're going to be without Jordan Howard, is it fair to say that the microscope is more on Miles Sanders than Jalen Hurts?
I think yes. I think for this game it really is, because listen. He's supposed to be your RB1, as they say, right? He's supposed to be that guy, right? My biggest thing in sports is what's your response going to be, because what it looks like is the other guys started to take your job, right? Especially when you fumbled again, right? Then it was like they were scared to put you back out there. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I look at it like that. So they're almost a little scared to put you back out there. So you almost essentially, before he got hurt, you almost lost your gig, right? You almost lost your gig. Not fully, but as like the main guy per se, right? As your first running back. You almost lost it a little bit. You're still going to get touches. You're still going to get plenty of carries per se, right?
But it goes back to the committee thing. It goes back to, okay,
But
you're no longer the bell cow. We're going back to the committee thing.
We had a 1A and a 1B. He took over 1A on you because of that, right? But you have an opportunity Sunday, like Jacob's saying. He arguably, I'm not going to say he is our biggest playmaker. I'm going to say he is one of ours because I think DeVonta is showing to me that he might be DeVonta and Jalen might be bigger playmakers than him right now.
Yeah.
Right. So I mean, I'm not going to call him, but our top 3 playmakers, sure.
And then I would put Dallas Goedert 4th. Yep.
Nate, he did this all last year. He fumbled the football. Come on, and then he was out for a few weeks. That's another issue. Like fumbling and being available are big issues. How's that nonsense? All right, I'm going to continue. We need him to have a big week this week, okay? We need him to put his foot in the ground, right? Get upfield, get north or south, when he needs to, and have some explosive plays, okay? So you have an opportunity to respond this week. You have an opportunity to respond and not put the football on the turf. Because if he doesn't, he's obviously more talented than Jordan Howard. But if he puts the football on the turf, he's not as talented as Jordan Howard.
If you put the ball on the turf, it doesn't matter how good you are. You're giving away not only a down, you're giving away possession.
If we don't hold them to 3 in that in them circumstances yesterday, that whole thing shifts around. The whole thing shifts around. You're lucky you hold them to 3. You're lucky you say 14-3.
Also, Sean Payton's a friggin' idiot. Why are you going for a field goal? Why are you not going for 7?
No, I'm talking about
I know when you're talking about. I understand that, but like late in the game. You know what I'm saying? When it like everything would
like you're gonna be back down there again, dude. I mean, like when what gave you the thought in your head that, hey, we're gonna get down here again?
You were on the 11-yard line with 4 minutes to go. Get in the end zone. Get in the end zone. What are you doing? We can't stop anybody. Like, thank you for the field goal. My God, I'm looking at it, I'm like, are they trying to lose?
2-1 odds, he's saying, Bill. Bill, you know what? People, it's going to be shocking. I'll take it. I'll take it that he doesn't. I'll take it that the puss diva pussy talk locked the mother in for a week. Right? That's what I'm going to go with. Let's go, Bill. 2-1, how much? $25? $25. You don't put it on the turf. I got 2-1 odds. So I win 50, you win 25. Let's go.
Brink said earlier, and I just want to run through this real quick before we get to winners and
probably
losers.
Does fumble, by the way. I'm just taking it's good odds. I'll just take the odds.
Yeah. That the Vikings and Niners have really difficult schedules for the remainder of the year. I'm just going to read this to you guys because those are the 2 teams that we are. I would say those are the 2 teams we're really looking at as far as the last couple seeds.
No, I think you got to look at all 3 of them. But go ahead. I mean, because
who's the other team? Who's the other team?
You have the head-to-head, but they're still ahead of you. They're 5-5.
Yeah, it's just about okay. Simeon's going to be their quarterback for the rest of the year. That's the only thing.
We're assuming, but I'm saying they have a hard schedule too. I would think, right?
Oh yeah, I'll check them. Yeah, I would imagine so.
I would think they have Tampa again, right?
Yeah.
You check the other ones. I'll check them.
Yeah. So the Vikings, they've got. So the good thing is this Sunday they actually play the Niners. So those are 2 teams that we've got to catch that are playing each other.
Who?
I heard Vikings and Niners.
Oh, okay, nice.
Somebody said earlier in the chat, can we get a tie out of that game, please? That would be awesome.
Yeah, that helps. That helps both too much. We don't want the tie.
Fair, okay.
But we want a Vikings win.
Okay.
And I say that because San Fran holds a tiebreaker head-to-head versus us, which is always the first one in. That's the first tiebreaker you go to is head-to-head, right? True. So they own the head-to-head by beating us this year. So we want the Vikings to win that football game in San Fran. And we'll go chase the Vikings down. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, we did it. Hey,
Vikings and Saints down.
We did it before. We did it back in 2019?
So Vikings got
18?
Niners, Lions, Steelers, Bears, Rams, Packers, Bears. So not like tremendously hard, but
that's like a 3-3. That's gut feeling. That's like a 3-3 6 game.
I mean, listen, they have. Yeah, it's not like crazy hard though. Like I mean, saying it was like ridiculously hard. That's not too bad. Niners have obviously Vikings, Seahawks, Bengals, Falcons, Titans, Texans, Rams. So they have a harder one. They have a harder.
That's like 2 and 4 to me.
And then let me tell you the Saints. Let's see
I feel like they at least see Brady one more time, and I think they see.
Yes, they do. So they got Bills this Thursday.
Who knows about them? Okay.
Then they got Cowboys. Then they have Jets. Then they have Buccaneers, Dolphins, Panthers, Falcons. So their last 3 get easy, but in this little run here with Bills, Cowboys, Buccaneers, they get the Jets. So,
and here's the thing, everybody: if
you're rooting, so people at home, family at home, we are rooting for a Bills win Thursday in New Orleans. Yep. Right? If you're sitting at home and you want the Eagles in the playoffs, you start having these conversations now. We want Vikings win, Bills win, right? And we're just doing week by week here, right? Vikings win, Bills win. Sets us up good. Then we got to take care of our fucking business. But that's what we want.
And I will remind fans, as much as
calm down too. We don't want Washington winning football games.
The good thing is we control our own destiny with them. If we handle our business and we knock them out both games, I
don't want them winning games because I just feel like this means we're going to lose games, right? They got Seattle at home this week. They got Raiders. They got Cowboys. That's their 3 games before we get to them.
They might go 2-1. They might go 2-1 before we hit them. Because the Raiders and Seahawks suck. Both those teams suck.
Yeah, Seahawks are due for a dub. I mean, I feel like that's the game Seattle goes in and beats them. But then Seattle, what I mean? But no, then we hold our own destiny with them. So we do own tiebreaker with Saints and Panthers. That's why I said you want the Niners to lose against the Vikings because we don't own that tiebreaker. So we want to control your own destiny. That's the way you want it to go, right? You know what I mean?
That's right, Keys, because we have a bye. We have a bye coming up. I keep forgetting we have a freaking bye week.
Who has 7 games? All those teams, they do. So all those teams have an extra game on us.
Okay.
They're all 5-5. I'll go over it with everybody real quick on 6 down. 6 and 7 make the playoffs now. All right, guys. All right, you really can't look at anything above that right now. 5-5 Minnesota, 5-5 New Orleans, 5-5 San Fran. So they all have a game on us.
Bill says that we actually want the Saints to win. We because we have the tiebreaker. We don't want Vikings.
Why do we want the Saints to win against the Bills? No,
that doesn't gain anything, Bill.
I want the Vikings to beat the Niners, is what I said.
Yeah. Yeah, no, the Bills are an AFC team. We don't care.
We want the Bills to beat the Niners.
I just love that we're back.
We're not in right now. We're not in.
We're 8th, right? Are we 8? 9?
No, you're the 9. 8 is San Fran. I'll say it again. We want the Vikings to beat the Niners. All right? Get them out of there. Get them out of our way, and then we go from there. Guys. Trust me. I know what we're talking about right now. This is easy. We need the Bills to beat the Saints just to help us get out. Get them at 5 and 6, right? You need losses, guys, especially when AFC teams are playing NFC teams. We're obviously rooting for the Bills. All right? Minnesota can win against the Niners, and they can beat the Lions too. Fine. Then they got the Steelers. They got the Bears twice. They got the Rams. They got the Packers in Lambeau. So they don't have the easiest schedule, but it doesn't matter because they can be the 6th seed, and we can be the 7. Niners, Saints, lose. Thank you.
I just love that we're back to doing this.
Me too.
I just love this now because the next 6 weeks are going to be absolute chaos. Yeah, exactly, Wayne.
We might be the scary. Listen, sure enough, we might be the scariest team, right? Because our offensive line wants to get paws on you, right? That we're physical like that, and I can't believe I'm even having that conversation that we're scary like that. But over the last 4 weeks, we've been scary like that. Scary-ish, right? When you look at all these teams, Minnesota is the scariest of that group, honestly, and it doesn't matter because they can be the 6th seed. So out of the 2 other teams, San Fran, the Saints, and us, who's the best football team?
Saints, San Fran, and us, you said?
Yeah, right now, who looks like the best football team?
Oh, it's not the Saints. San Fran, I feel like in the last 2 weeks, they've lost to Colt McCoy. So right now it's us.
It's us.
Now it could change.
Jalen Hurts is better than Jimmy Garoppolo because he can run.
Yeah, and he's better than obviously better than Simeon.
Yeah. So we have the better quarterback, which we always talk about, which is fun, right? And and we have the better run game, even though San Fran runs the ball extremely well. We still have the best run game. So we have again, we don't want to say identity per se, but we have a formula, right? It's becoming an identity every week, right? The identity starts drifting in the more you do it, right? Like Tennessee, we know, even though they lost, we knew what their identity. We still know what their identity is, right? There's some weeks your identity is not going to work, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you're still trying.
Well, and the Saints are going to start winning football games as soon as Alvin Kamara comes back too. Like that's a big thing,
right?
Oh yeah.
I mean, Minnesota, I think is good. I do.
You know what it is with Minnesota? They are like in the category where they are the best bad team in the league, but like the worst good team in the league. You know what I'm saying? Like they do a lot of things well, but then they'll have weeks to where they're just that one team that are in the middle.
They're in every football game. They'll go weeks where Dalvin gets 20 carries in the first half, and I'm a Vikings fan. I'm like, how's he not getting the ball again?
You know what it is? It's the Vikings are the team of the NFC in that category, and the Steelers are the team in the AFC.
So where like the Chargers are that team.
I'll tell you what, man. I thought the culture was going to change when Justin Herbert got there. They are still the damn Chargers. They charge every week.
I would say not even the Steelers, right? Like the Chargers are the team like where they have all this talent, and you're like, man, how are they inconsistent at times? Right? Now it takes two to tango, right? I mean, I think both groups offensively are extremely good. You know, I think their issues come defensively a little bit, but I don't know. I think sometimes when you have like so many guys you want to get the ball to, you know, it can also hurt you too. Right, you want to get Jefferson the ball, you want to get Thielen the ball, you want to get Dalvin his touches, you want to get Madison his touches, right?
Mm-hmm.
I still think Kirk, out of all four of these teams that we're having a conversation about, is the best quarterback, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, listen,
not crowning.
Kirk Cousins is the definition of the 15th to 18th best quarterback in the league. But to give him credit, people talk about him like he's the 32nd.
No, he'll have weeks where he's top 10.
He had a road playoff win against Drew Brees and the Saints last year or 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like that's big. Like that's something gigantic.
Kirk can spin it. He's just, he's the same guy he's been. Like I agree with you. He's like 15. There's weeks where you're like, okay, you can argue he's in the top 12, and there's weeks you can argue where he's 21 to 32, right? So it's like he's at that definition. But I still think, he's the best of the four left. Of those four teams that are fighting for those two spots. But I think we have the second best in that conversation, and that's why I think we're getting in, guys.
Who's your biggest loser? We'll start loser. We'll go to winner. Who's your biggest loser of the week?
We do a little something I created on Sunday just the other day, just yesterday on Agree Disagree. I said, we do game ball and we do fumbles.
I heard that. I heard that. I'm like,
I wanted to do something different than we do, but I still wanted to give them guys a little something like right in the moment too. Right, because games are just ending, getting over with. All right, winners. I mean, so this is earlier on in the week, but listen, it's the New England Patriots, right? I mean, they're a big time winner. To be able to continue to do what they've done, especially defensively, no Brady, and when you can sit here and say you're now in first place in the AFC East again, the big bad wolf. Again, this was the Bills' year and nobody else's, right? And all Bill did was go out and just sign defensive player after defensive player after defensive player. All he did was go sign two experienced tight ends for his young quarterback, right? All he did. And hey, guys, I'm pretty good at what I do too. And I love it. And I hate the fucking Patriots. And I love it. I love it because I want people to understand that both of them were great. It was never an argument on who was better. When you have a dynasty for 40 fucking years, both guys are great. You understand? Both. If you have a little like mini dynasty of 2 years, 3 years where you're winning, cool. Right? Maybe one guy's the reason. When it's sustained success, it's obviously, hey, takes two to tango here. So put some respect right now on Bill's name. And Buffalo, hold on to your hats, baby. I mean, your table's got to be getting smashed the fuck up there. Hate to say it. Hate to see it again. No, I actually like the Bills. I mean, I feel bad for their fans, but this long season left, still a lot of football games to play. But they're one of my winners from week 11.
My biggest winner. I actually had 3, but my biggest. And this might get some people crazy because of a certain former quarterback, but my biggest winner of the week is the Indianapolis Colts for 2 reasons. One, you went up and you dominated a Bills team. I believe the line on that game, they were like 7-point underdogs, right? The Colts, which we said on Wednesday, we're like, okay, I understand.
One of my locks, right?
I believe so. Yeah,
they were one of them. Yeah, that was a big line.
And you obviously dominated in that game. Wentz is looking really, really good, which also is good for us, too, because of the snap count. But you have a dominant win, and then you follow it up with the Titans looking extremely vulnerable. Extremely. So it's like a 2-for-1 punch. You look great, and the team you're trying to catch looks awful.
Yeah, you did what they do even better.
Yes.
Yeah, the Colts were one of my winners as well. So I'll just go there with you. And then I had my other one was the Arizona Cardinals. I mean, it's a no-brain winner. I mean, you're winning with a backup. You're 2 in a row without your 2 best players offensively, right? 2 best players in your organization, right? You're 2-0 without, no DeAndre Hopkins, no Kyler Murray, and you're finding ways to win football games, and not only find ways to win football games, but win football games on the road too. I mean, listen, and divisional games. Credit the Arizona Cardinals. Credit to Cliff Kingsbury, right? And credit to their fucking defense for being all over the football field.
It's funny, Tom. Kingsbury was actually my second winner of the week based off of solely alone. I don't know if I've ever been so wrong on a head coach in my entire time doing shows. I predicted him before the year to be the first head coach fired. Like you said, Tom, they've won 2 games out of 3 with Colt McCoy. And it would be one thing if they just scrapped together victories. Those 2 wins, they looked organized without Kyler Murray. They looked like they had cohesiveness. They still had an identity. They do have an identity. And they're obviously, 9-2 now? They're nowhere near as good as I thought they were going to be much worse than this. They're way better than I thought they were going to be. Kingsbury has a job longer than I thought he was ever going to have. And now you're going to look at it to where and I say if, because the last 2 seasons, Kyler Murray has not been able to stay healthy late in seasons, and that's kind of killed them. But if he comes back and if he's relatively healthy, look at him. I mean, just watch out for that team. And I'm not saying they're good enough yet to go into Tampa and beat Brady or go to Lambeau and beat Aaron Rodgers, but
no, but they should be ranked. They should be your number one. They should be your number 1 team. If you're power ranking it, like you're taking out last year, you're taking out who the Super Bowl champs are, which I'll give it to until they prove they can't be it, right? Same thing I'll say about the Chiefs over there since they started playing good football again. Is hey, you're the teams to beat, right? So you're the 2 classes, right? Doesn't mean you might not have the best records, but you're the 2 classes. Now my power rankings go a little differently, right? You power rank off of what's happening right now. Mm-hmm. And what's happening right now, the Arizona Cardinals is finding ways to win football games. They're 9-2. So they would be if you're not basing it off of you got to beat the teams from last year that are still intact, then that would be your number 1. But, then your number 2 has to be Tampa, even though I get it, but they still have to be your number 2. They have to be. Because, I mean, let's be real about the whole NFL. It's so fucking up and down. So they just have to be just off of what
every team has laid an egg.
What are you gonna tell me, Green Bay? I mean, I love Green Bay. They were my number 1. If I'm power ranking it, right, off of just what you've done this year, they're my 1. I know you're gonna lose games, but yesterday's loss and obviously the way Arizona's playing, how do they not jump? And the Rams are 7-3. They're damn good, but they've laid some eggs. So
Matt Stafford has forgot how to play football the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, so you're going to have this kind of stuff.
Yep.
But I'm interested to see what people think about tonight too. Real quick about who wins tonight. I mean, not who wins. I mean, I think everybody thinks Tampa's going to win, but this Tampa roll the Giants, and the Giants fight in this football game. And this is 11 11-point spread, I believe, tonight. And I almost am tempted to take the Giants. And everybody's going to laugh at me. I'm almost tempted to take them.
I think it's going to be a really uncomfortable game for Tampa. I think it's going to be really uncomfortable. I definitely think Giants cover.
Yeah, I do too. How did we do on ours last week?
I have the updated records if you would like
look
them.
at you. You fucking wait. You're waiting like a guy waiting. He was waiting. There must be something good for him because I don't even know what I was.
No. Well, yeah. I mean, you've crawled up on me. That's for sure. And there's a couple games pending. I think Greg has a couple games tonight, but he's way back in the race. Yeah, he's fighting with Ralphie for last place right now. So you've got Ralphie at 28% on the year, 6-15. You've got Greg 8-14, 36%. You've got Frank 23-20 at 53%. You've got Noah 3-3, a modest 3-3 at 50%. Tom, after this week, you are now 24-15 on your locks. That is a 61% winning percentage. And I had the first losing week of the season for me. I went 1-2, all because I had to trust Greg's friggin' weather report for Buffalo. Yeah, I had a little collusion over there. So I am now 22-11 with a 66 winning percentage. So you're within 5% of me.
What did I do last week? Was I 2-2? Was I?
Yes, you were 2-2.
500 last week. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's because I got cute. I would have been 2-1 family, and I had to get cute with the fucking Falcons like an asshole. Oh, they're gonna score. They always score at home. That ain't out. Nope. No, they don't. That was fun. But I do almost want to give you just something on the house. I really do like the Giants to cover tonight.
I do as well.
I don't know why. Everything says that Tampa should fucking smoke them.
Oh, is Saquon's playing tonight, right? Is he playing? Yeah.
They claim he is.
I mean, he could also be playing for 5 seconds and then get hurt again, but
yeah. Our last two jersey winners, Devlin and damn, who was the other guy? I got to get it out too because I switched somebody up. Remember?
Yeah, it was the guy that never showed. It was the guy we never heard of that we gave to Devlin.
And then was the other one?
It wasn't Bill. It wasn't Molly Mall.
Just Dev?
I feel it was Dev, yeah. Because we didn't do one last week, I don't think. Or did we?
I think we did. Hold on.
You know it, Bill. You know, like I said, Bill, the last 3 weeks, I'm pulling the Kyle Shanahan approach. I'm just betting not to lose. Come and get me. Tom's playing the Mahomes role right now.
Catch up.
Devlin said someone was on yesterday's show.
Yeah.
Saying they won one. Oh,
yeah, I know I have it in my inbox somewhere. I'm just trying to find out who it was. So I know I have 2 jerseys to send out. So I'm just wondering who that I'm trying to think of who that second one is. But whatever. I mean, whoever the 2 are. I know Dev, what do you got? The Slay comment or do you have the Hurts? I gotta go look. I gotta go back to these shows.
Yeah, there's so many guys. I got to get Ralphie, too. I got to get Ralphie in here.
Yeah, well, we got to write them down. We should be writing them down. Yeah, no Antonio Brown's definitely hurt them.
Can you join?
Matt says, what's up, boys? Somebody say playoffs? Hell yeah, we did, Matty. Let's go.
Yeah, let's get nuts.
Read this already, Ryan being a puss.
Yeah, I'm going to do the Kyle Shanahan.
I was so engulfed in something else that you could have said my house was burning. I would have been like, what?
Nick, are you talking about the locks of the week? Is that what you're talking about, Nick? Yeah, we do that every Wednesday. Every Wednesday we do that, Nick.
Yeah, or are you talking about the jerseys, Nick? Because we do them every Monday.
Oh, yeah, we do a lot of things.
Either way. It's a 2. This might be a 3X, Dev. Sports Hound's coming up live 7:30 right here on HD Radio.
There he is.
Yeah, it was the Slay. It was the Slay jersey. Yeah, because Devin won the Hurts, and then the other guy won a DeVonta, but I already gave the DeVonta to Bill, so I hooked him up with the Slay instead. That's what it was. Fuck. Yeah, I know, Matt. In a rebuilding year, too. In a rebuilding year. Yeah, Nikki, every Monday, and if we don't do it Monday, we'll do it Wednesday. So we always make up for it.
Mhm.
So it's either Monday, Wednesday, mostly Monday, mainly Monday, and then Saturday on the weekly roundup at 8:30-ish when they usually go off. Steve does a member wheel as well. So make sure you're checking that out. So we're doing it now. Listen, you can become a member right now and hop on the wheel late. We can give you one chance. Become a member, $9.99 a month. Get you picks from Money Pop Podcast and picks from Willie Vegas. Discounted A2D gear, jersey giveaways. You know, you get the freaking, look at it. You get like keys right here. You know what I mean? I see it. You got the member thing, the member little thing. We see you. We get to you better. You get all the reads, right? You know what I mean, Rye?
Yes,
We
sir.
see you out there. Oh, damn, I don't know. I got to go look. 2 or 3. What are you worry about? What are you worry about? I tell you guys all the time, it's free, right? You know what I mean? It's free. I don't have a jersey store here. So it's like I order like 5 to 7 at a time, right? And I try to get different sizes and I just throw them around. You know what I mean? We're just throwing them around. So if you win now, in 4 weeks from your win, you can win again. You know what I mean? So you're gooch. You're gooch. There's the member link right in the YouTube comments. It's right there. Ryan just put it in, and it's pinned in our comments on every show as well.
While we're giving them a couple minutes.
No, Eagle Slayer, no. This jersey's been the Hurts has been going good. He's the only one that's overturned the curse. He's the first guy jersey that got him and DeVonta.
Yeah, I was gonna say DeVonta too. Absolutely.
DeVonta and him and Slay.
And Harper. Didn't we give up a Harper? Didn't we give away a Harper?
Yes.
I was gonna say he won MVP after we gave that away. While we're waiting a minute, just see if anyone joins real quick. Did you see what I sent you about an hour ago on WhatsApp, Tom? A little screenshot. I didn't want to bring it up on the show, but a little interesting.
Oh my God.
Do I dare put that on the air?
I'll do it right now. Sixers aren't interested in a Jeremy Grant reunion. They want they want Cade Cunningham instead for Ben Simmons per Bleacher Report. No, of course they do. He's never getting traded. This is amazing. It's amazing. Let's be here forever. Be sitting around. I don't have the jersey just sitting around, and you're not even a member. Become a member. You're a subscriber though, which we love you, Marky, still just as much. Become a member. Get yourself back on here. Come on, Bryce. You should be a member too, Bryce. We see you. Let's go. Nate winning you all money. So Willie Vegas. I hate this time of year. These coughs, right? Everybody
the weather can't figure itself out.
Oh my God. It's like taking deep breaths is like hard anymore.
Ralphie, you want to put up the wheel, my brother?
Fuck you, Ralph.
Hey, Ralphie, what'd you think of that fight last night, by the way, Ralphie? Ralphie?
Pretty good fight.
Oh, yeah. Think LeBron's going to get suspended?
He already did.
Oh, the King got suspended?
Yep.
How many games?
1.
10.
He got 1 game.
Yeah, I know. 1 game.
And what's his face got 1.
I know 2.
No, 2. And the other guy got 2. God. I got more games. Listen, Bill's telling you about being a member, how great it is. Yeah, Bryce, it's pinned right there, brother. It's pinned right there. You can become a member. It's $9.99 a month. You guys spend $9.99 a month on stupid shit all the time. The jersey today, Umberto, is a Jalen Hurts. Perfect day for one.
QB1 or running back 1, depending on who you are. Ralphie?
And here we are. For the Jalen Hurts jersey, part of our A2D member wheel, you become $9.99 a month. Bobby!
Did he just win one?
Yeah, Bobby's the one who won it, I think. That's what they were saying in the chat. Bobby did another dude. That's what Dev said.
Yep.
All right. Yep. All right, so it's another wheel spin. It ain't him again. You can't win it again.
Ralphie. Come on back, Ralphie.
Can't win it like that.
Oh, Bill, you want everything, Bill.
Bill, I don't know if you're up again, Bill. I got to go look at the chart on the last time you win. It's got to be 4 weeks from when you won. Not like a month difference, like a 4-week difference. I want to spread it out. I want everybody to get love. I mean, 4 weeks is fair. You're right back on the wheel,
Yeah.
right? You can win in 4 weeks. Done and done. 4 weeks after your win. Okay, Bobby D already has his.
Yep.
So here we go. Who will it be? Jalen Hurts.
Oh Jesus! Is he in the
Did they
back
hear
end?
us?
Is
Did
he
they
in
hear
the?
us?
Is he in the back end? I swear to God, Ralphie, is Bill there with you?
It feels like it's rigged. Like I feel dirty about this. You've gotten 2 jerseys.
Ralphie, show your damn screen. Bill's in the room with you. Bill's there.
He is not.
Bill's in the house.
He's not.
There's no way. No way. And I feel like he just won 4 weeks ago.
Nah, it's been a couple. He said
Has
September. Yeah, it's been at least 5.
It's been 5 giveaways though.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Yes, it has. Because didn't we give Bill like a bonus one too? Didn't you throw in like a T-shirt or something? I think that's what you're thinking of.
Yeah, I mean, he's gotten 2. He's gotten 2 jerseys. Correct, Bill? You got an Embiid, and you got a DeVonta Smith. So I don't think you won just in September and October. And now you're just winning in November. I do not think it's been 4 weeks.
I think we might have to go to a ruling. Fam chat. What do we think?
No, you waited forever for the T-shirt, but then you won 2 jerseys. And I sent you the T-shirt. Then you won 2 jerseys, and I sent you Manscaped. Shit, you've gotten a lot from me, babe. You should be so invested in A2D that you say spin it again for somebody else. That's what you didn't.
He said we waited 9 weeks. He waited 9 weeks.
You wait 9 weeks for Smith.
We haven't even been doing the spin 9 weeks.
Yeah. Then you have 2 jerseys. Okay, you had 1. All right, and you didn't wait 9 weeks for your jersey.
Everyone's saying spin again.
It hasn't been 9 weeks since I started doing this. Yeah. No, it's not up to everybody else. I mean, he's what came out on the wheel. There's nothing we can do about it.
No.
It is what it is.
Listen, blame Ralphie.
Until the next one. All right, we'll do one again on Wednesday for everybody. Calm down. I'll do another one on Wednesday, and we'll decide something else to give away.
We got a big show on Wednesday too. A little preview show and some Sixers pregame too.
Yeah, everybody come back Wednesday. So Bill gets the Hurts jersey. This is fucking unbelievable. I'm sick to my stomach, family. I can only imagine how you guys are. Ralphie, I'm going to need another type of wheel. You know what I mean? I'm going to need you to do away with that one. We're going to have to find another one. All right? Nick, I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry. Make sure you're winning money off of Nate at least. All right?
The entire chat is turned on Bill.
It wasn't 9 weeks out.
We haven't been doing it for 9 weeks.
Yes, we did wait for those jerseys to come in and DeVonta Smith. But unless I promised you one before, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay, Bill, you won. Fuck you, Ralph. Fuck you, Bill. Stop congratulating Ralphie. This looks bad. All right? I don't like the way this is going.
This was a great show, and now I have a sour taste in my mouth.
I'm burning. Yeah, now I got a sour taste. There is an administrator. Wait, it's the goddamn wheel spin. I gave you a jersey just for becoming a member. And then you won one, too. So you're another one that's gotten 2.
Wayne, you know what you're sounding like now?
Lock it up, Wayne.
You're starting to sound like Miles Sanders.
I love you guys. Don, I'm not spinning again. Don, I ain't spin again, he says. I mean, come on. I don't even know what I have left to give. I give it 2X. I can give it 2X A2D drive fit out.
You're going to be giving away tires on your car, Tom.
Seriously. All right. Ralph, he's not here.
I mean, do you want me to bring him back?
No, we're spinning Wednesday, like I said.
And we're going to come up with something nice for the holidays for everybody, too. A little big giveaway thing. Maybe.
I'm giving you the Phillies hat, Nick, you jerk off.
What, the one on your head?
Yeah, now I'm giving off game-used jerseys, right? Like game-used.
What are they going to be asking for?
I'll just take this off. I'll take this off and sign it.
Show-worn, game-worn. What are they going to be asking for our socks next?
Yeah. Tom, can I get your sandals?
Yeah. Just one.
An A2D magnet. Then that's terrible if you waited 8 months for an A2D magnet. I don't know who you got the A2D magnet from.
Do we sell magnets?
I don't sell magnets.
I don't sell magnets.
Billy drinkers sell magnets on their shit.
I've never gotten a magnet.
And Jacob, if you did, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. At least you got it in.
At least before this Christmas.
Yeah, at least you got it. I think he's trolling just for fun. Yes, we might actually make the playoffs. So what else have we got before we get out of here to the sports sounds? And then you got the boys following the sports sounds on the flight zone at 9:30. So we got a lot coming up. I know, Bill, I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it.
Bill, you just won. What are you worried about, Bill?
Yeah, you won. Nobody took away from you. Pete, later, brother.
Pete, see you on Thursday.
Yeah,
film that. I gotta find a way to get a camera there.
Yeah, I won't be playing because I'm playing. I wouldn't film any of that.
Oh no! If things are filmed, then it'll be edited heavily.
Yeah, I don't expect that to be
with an agenda.
Yeah, I don't think that. I don't think that's gonna be fun tape to watch.
Yeah, you never know. Some of these guys.
Nothing, Don. Nothing. Bill won, Don.
You guys traded Kate Cunningham for Ben Simmons. That's what happened, Don.
Yeah. Yeah, wake me up when that happens.
Chucks was asking me, hey, should we have the I think it was Chuck. Somebody was like, should we have the draft? Should we pick teams on Wednesday? I'm like, if we're picking teams on a show, we got to film the freaking game.
Uh-huh. My memory just came up. November 22nd, 2020. Typical Miles, dude actually called himself an MVP candidate before the season. That's last year, November 22nd, 2020. Just to let you know I'm consistent. That's Ryan Broder. He's consistent. I'm Tom Arnone. I try to be consistent.
I never fumble the ball.
We love you all. All right. Even the guys asking for my underwear. I love you guys too.
Just a different kind of love.
Love you, Nick. I love all you guys. You guys are the best. And listen, if it comes to the point where you guys want game signed underwear, game signed briefs, right? With like no notes signed on it. We're willing to do whatever. You know what I mean? Whatever for the publicity. Right? I'm here to get big time.
They're gonna be asking me to give away the panic meter.
What do you mean you're right? You're all right in my book. You should be fucking hand jobbing me, Bill, for the amount you've won. For your Manscaped, I should get something sent to me. You know what I mean? For your Manscaped product, you rub a little bit out on your fucking balls.
You saying, why am I just all right, Bill? Why am I just all right?
I just love breaking Bills. I love yelling at Bill for years. That's why I love him. That's why you and Miles are okay in my book, Bill. Yeah. You guys keep coming back. I'm just kidding.
All you got to do is say the word Celtics and they'll get all upset.
It's not rigged, Don. You get out of here. You weren't even here. You came in late. We see you. You can't go coming in late talking rigged.
Yeah, you're on Detroit time. You got like 3 jerseys from us. Stop it.
I know you're on Central time. Right? You fucking mouse at the Palace too last night. I know. Got a lot going on in your head. All right, we got to get out of here, though.
Oh, he's got his address? Jesus Christ. What?
Yeah, I have it, Bill. I do have it. Listen, we love you all. Turn your alerts on. Subscribe. We were brought to you by FanUp. FanUp, best way to enjoy fantasy sports. All right, use promo code A2D, right, for 5,000 bonus points, $50 value. The no-brainer, daily contests, and more. No salary cap. Go download the app. FanUp, right on the Apple Store. Do it, family. Manscaped as well. Use the promo code A2D, 20% off and free shipping. Gleason's Bar, 20% off. Or is that 10? That's 10. Sorry, I got excited. Gleason's Bar and Grill, 10% off. Levittown, PA, 6700 Mill Creek Avenue. Gleason's Bar and Steaks.com. Takeout, dine-in, online, whatever. Use the promo code. That's Ryan. I'm Tom. We love you all out there. Hit the damn like and subscribe. Bill, you can't win for 4 weeks now. Today is November 22nd. We out.